I played for the Niners, I played for the Seahawks, and I played for the Eagles.
Would you say you're an advocate, a voice for women?
Sure, I'm a voice for humans. I'm a voice for relationships, and that has to be a voice for women. I don't think that power should be used to control, manipulate, or hurt people. Power and strength should be used to protect women, to protect children, protect the vulnerable, the elderly. So that's really the definition of a true man.
Did you witness abuse as a child?
I did not witness it as a child, thankfully.
So why do you think this is your calling?
Well, my calling is relationships, because I know that kids need the love of moms and dads. And if you can strengthen marriages and show people what a healthy relationship is, then kids will get more time with their mom and dad. They'll get more of a role model for men. And so this moves me into also the domestic violence area, because that's when relationships have really gone awry, and there's too much of it.
Why do men physically abuse, you think? Is it power or is it insecurity, you think?
Well, it's both. It starts with insecurity. It has a false definition of manhood. It doesn't properly value women, because insecurity makes you prideful toward others, ironically, and you put people down to make yourself feel okay. You don't develop empathy, so you can't put yourself in the shoes of someone else and experience what it's like to have your power push them. You're only concerned with yourself. So if you have a weak heart because your dad wasn't there, or you didn't find out that you're loved or you're valued or respected, you didn't know what the meaning of man is, your heart is weak. And if your heart is weak, then you have to prove yourself strong with your hands. And that might mean that you're violent with your hands. A man whose heart is strong, loved, respected, affirmed, then he can be gentle with his hands. Even when someone cusses him out and is mean to him, he can turn the other cheek, particularly if it's a woman.
Why I hate her is because, like, I just need something to do. I'm always home. I'm not doing nothing. Basically, I'm not working at nothing.
Have you choked her?
Yeah, I did.
You choked her, why?
Like, I was, teaching her a point that, I was stronger than her.
The incident with Ray Rice, do you feel that he's a victim?
Ray Rice is not a victim. He's facing consequences of.
But do you think the consequences matches up what he did?
The consequences are probably too extreme, because he's the first case that came when the NFL was fully embarrassed by this, and his was broadcast in media across the country. So this is awful harsh on Ray Rice. By the same token, I think that sometimes bad things can lead to good things if you humble yourself and grow from it. And if Ray Rice tackles his character issues, his relationship issues, builds a great marriage, maybe he doesn't get to play in the NFL again, but he raises great kids because he's much more aware than he was before. If he skated from all of this and got away with it, he would not carry out relationships in the best way possible, and that may mean he was less of a good man in the long run.
Do you think he or any other physical abuser can be remorseful?
Yes, I think they should be remorseful. They can be remorseful. I think he has had remorse. The problem is sometimes you need to know how I can change rather than just be sorry. How I can want to change myself so that I never get in that situation again. So that's called repentance, wanting to turn and change yourself.
So for all the people that watch this clip, what do you say to the abusers who physically abuse women?
I say to the abusers,
what are the steps to being a man, to putting their hands down?
If you have used your force, your words, your power, your hands, any weapon against someone weaker than you, particularly against a woman or a child, that is not manly, and you are hurting yourself as well as others, and you'll be a better man by getting help for it and finding out what is the lack in my heart. What am I really fearing? How insecure am I to make me react that way against someone weaker than me? And you need to learn about manhood and relationships, and you need to go find some good men and ask them to mentor you.
And if a woman stays in an abusive relationship, is she a victim, or is she?
Yes, she's still a victim, because sometimes if a woman bonds, particularly if she's seen the pattern in her background, or if her bonding was of a sexual sort that didn't have a strong core friendship and respect to it, she keeps coming back to the guy that she chemically bonded to, even though he's bad and hurts her, because she's used to that, and the chemical bonding got her too hooked on a guy that's bad for her. She needs in her sane time to go get help from therapists, counselors, domestic violence groups, and find out how to heal herself whole, just so she doesn't depend upon bad relationships to fill a hole that wasn't filled by that man.
And there you have it. This is a special edition of the Marcus Ward Show. I'm your host, Marcus Ward, and this is
Jeff Kemp.
And this is the Marcus Ward Show. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Great,
All right,
great
good,
stuff.
Marcus.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Great.